Hey Queens, I'm Bailey. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I have a naked face. It's 7:45 at night. I didn't realize that it was November 30th and that, it's my dad's birthday. Oh my God, I'm gonna try this again. Okay. Hey Queens, I'm Bailey. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I have a naked face today. It's 7:45 at night. I was gonna wait to do my project pan updates, but then it's November 30th and I wanna use my other products because I'm changing like two things I think. Besides the point. I just wanna use those products and start making marks, well, tallies on those, like, you know, my usage tallies. So yeah. Also, I'm combining my project pan and my lipstick project pan together this month because I didn't wear a lot of lipstick. I think I wore one of the lipsticks 3 times and I used the other as a liquid, as a liner, 3 times. So I just basically spoiled the beans, but I'm mixing them together today, okay? It's 7:45, I'm tired, my husband isn't home, my cat's trying to eat Sour Patch Kids. Can you not? Can you literally not? I don't think you should eat those. Anyways, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and everyone hit that like button because it would help your girl out. Now let's get started. As I said, I'm combining my lipstick project pan with my project pan this month. I didn't use a lot of lipstick and I even went down to Texas to see my family and I thought I would wear makeup more than I did. I did not. So, oh, also I messed up the tallies, my usage tallies. I accidentally was marking for October and not November and I was like, gosh, dang it. So yeah, I can tell you for sure that I have not used this mini J-Star I'm Nude. I gotta figure something out. I need to figure something out. It's actually really thick and dry. Maybe I'll just declutter it. I think I'm just gonna declutter it. Yeah, okay, I'm decluttering it. I'm not gonna roll anything in place of that because I just wanna focus on the other 3 products that I have, which is Celebrity Skin, which I used majority of the time. There's still quite a bit left. There's no holes in here. I don't know how. I literally use this one more than anything because I love this shade so much. It's so pretty. Like, you can tell that it's starting to thin out and it's getting transparent in some areas, but I probably still have a long way to go with that one. Next is Dominatrix. This is the one that I started using as a liner on my eyes, and I really like the way that it looks. Now, this is a little thick, so I really have to, like, pack it on sometimes because it kind of gets stuck, so then I have to like really work with it, but I'm using it a little at a time, but I am using it. So we'll see. Maybe at the end of the year I might declutter it as well. I don't know. And then lastly is my Lunar Skies Lip Gloss in Cafe Dreams. I think I used this like once or twice. There's still a lot in here. There's like no progress on it, so that's cool. Next year, I won't have a lipstick project pan. I will be panning lipsticks, but I won't have a dedicated project on it. I didn't realize how much I didn't use lipstick. So yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on like less lipsticks, like maybe a lipstick and a gloss and that's it. Whereas I had 3 lipsticks in here at once with a gloss, so I think I'm just gonna switch that up a bit in my project pan. But let's get moved on to like my project pan stuff. Gonna start off with my Jeffree Star palette of the month, which was Minibreaker. If you don't already know, I was trying to use all my Jeffree Star palettes this year, so each month I would introduce a different Jeffree Star palette and work on that and see how I felt about the shades and the different formulas, because honestly I think Jeffree Star's formula is kind of inconsistent. What are you playing with? I don't think that's trash. Are you messing up my suitcase? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, are you making biscuits on my suitcase? I can't with that cat. Okay, now because I went on vacation, all my tallies are not correct. Like there's more tallies on a couple of products than what I have. But this is my Minibreaker palette. I have hit pan in Double Scoop and Slice. I use this palette, well, I used it more than this, but I have 16 tallies on here, but I know I used it more than 16 times. In addition to the 2 pans, I have a really good dip in Purple Punch and Bite Me. I also used Oral a couple times. I hate that he named it that. But anyways, so I used this a couple times, so it has a small dip in it. I used this pink shade. Geez, the fact that I used to like really like this person is beyond me. Anyways, and then there's Hot Fudge, and I used that quite a few times, and I'm surprised that it's like not as deep. Well, okay, so his mattes are so hard pressed, I feel like, that it's really hard to get through them, which if you really like the formula and you really like his products, that would make sense. However, for someone who doesn't like him, I mean, the formula is pretty decent. These are really hard to pan. Really hard to pan. I didn't use bubblegum at all, and bubblegum has never been touched. I was really trying to focus on some shades that I had used more often and that I was closer to hitting pan on, just so I could say I hit pan on something. So there's that. And plus there's 2 pinks in here, so I was using this one instead of this one, just to get more use on one than the other. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm doing this thing where, so I'm going to be panning palettes next year in like a separate project called Pan That Palette. And I plan on having complementary palettes. So I started doing that this month. So I chose to use the Jaclyn Hill palette in addition to my Minibreaker palette, just because this is my oldest palette that I own and I no longer support Morphe. I never really cared for Jaclyn, but I just really wanted this palette because I thought it was beautiful. And I've expanded this pan a lot. You can't look at my last video to see what it looks like because I did not announce that I was doing this, but it is what it is. I hit pan in this shade, and I think this shade. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I used some other shades a couple different times. I started getting a really good dip in this shade. I used that a couple times. I used the mattes more than I used the shimmers. I don't know. I just didn't incorporate them really in my looks just because I was really focusing on the really colorful shades in this palette. So adding a shimmer was like almost too much, but sometimes I would add the purple shimmers and that was really too much. I wear makeup to work and I had to be business professional, you know, and sometimes I don't think people like some of the more colorful looks I do at work. I swear to God, if you drink my coffee over there, he is being nuts. Blake isn't here, he's in Denver for work, and he's just, yeah, being himself. I feel like he's always himself when it's just me and him, and then Blake comes home and he's like, I'm a good boy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Anyways, moving on. I'm so rambly in this video. Next is my Frozen Peach Supreme Frost Highlight. It's going to look different. this is what it looks like right now. Before, there was a full circle around the pan, but now I like really focused in this area. As you can see that pan in there. I was focusing in there to highlight my inner corner, so I was using a more dense brush, so I was able to use up more product. And I'm gonna continue to do that. And I'm not gonna meet my goal at the end of the year, but I think I'm going to declutter it anyways. I've literally been using this highlighter and only this highlighter all year round. Like, I've used other highlighters in my collection this year, here and there, but this has been the sole highlighter that I have used. And I've got to tell you, like, if I could just find a dupe of this highlight, that would be incredible, because this is seriously my favorite highlight of all time. It is so beautiful. It just goes well with my skin. It goes well with a lot of looks. It's just so good. And I'm sad to see it go at the end of the year. It's just such a tried and true. But did I say how many times I used it? I used it 14 times and then some. I know that I had used it on my vacation because I literally use this every time I do my makeup. So next is my Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I have some things to say. I was really trying to chug through this palette. So I was using both the bronzers and then this blush. Last month, I did not have pan on the blush. Now I do, and I have a really good pan on it. Thank you very much. I used the blush 15, 16, 17 times and then some. And then the bronzers I used 15, 16, 17 times. But it does not look like I have ever used the bronzers, does it? No, because they are so stupidly pigmented that you literally hardly use any and you're like orange. So what I've decided is I love the blush formula. I like the blushes. I actually haven't tried this one, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna depot the blushes, and I'm gonna try to fully use up this blush next year. Obviously, I'm not gonna finish it this year. Look at it. But I'm gonna try and fully use up this blush next year. I'll wait to do this one after a while. I'll just put it in my empty Z palette. Or not my empty one, but you know, my Z palette with all my singles and stuff in it. But then I'm gonna get the rest of this palette. I just don't like the shades of these bronzers. I don't like the formula. The highlights are way too dark, and using them as eyeshadows would just be like stupid. It would take too long. There's too much product. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to toss it. Thankfully, I didn't pay full price for this product because I don't like it. Two, I'm getting rid of most of it. So there's that. Having in this project though has helped me make a decision on this palette, and yeah. That's pretty much all I can say about that. So because I decided that I'm just not going to use the bronzers anymore, I am going to start panning my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in bronzer. Listen, this is my favorite bronzer on the planet. However, Physicians Formula refuses to be inclusive. We have seen that time and time again. And it's just, it sucks because they have some really good formulas, but they just don't have good range at all. So, yeah, this bronzer is basically new. We'll see if I actually end up using it up. I at least want to get a really good dip before I take it out of the project. I don't know how long I'll be like okay with just using this one bronzer, because I have a couple others that I would like to get some use out of, you know, that are fairly new. I think all the rest of the bronzers I have are barely touched. I'm pretty sure. So there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and just start working on this. There's no point in waiting a month. I do want to start working on this. Next is my Georgette Marula primer. I use this a total of 20 times and then some, because I use this every time I do my makeup. I have no idea. You like can't see through the packaging at all. Next year, I do plan on doing weights, so I'll be able to track that way. So yeah, I have no idea where I'm at in this tube. No idea. But I used it 17 times, well, 20 times and then some. My brain is just dumb today. So there's that. I don't know if I'll keep this in the project. Next year, I might just roll hydrating primers in and out of my project just because they're all like fairly new. I got them all in BoxyCharm, I'm pretty sure, and I kind of just want to cycle through, get a feel for them. I actually decently like this one. I just hate the packaging. Because when you store it like this, it kind of like leaks into the cap. So you have to store it like this and lean it up against something, which is my only complaint about this. Otherwise, I really, really, really like this, but I would never go out and purchase it because you can't store it properly. So there's that. Next is my e.l.f. Putty primer. I just marked it, so the nail polish is still really wet. But the gray is how much I used up this month. Now, again, I use this the same amount as the Georgette primer, but since this is a solid, like, situation, and it's pretty thick too, like, there's a lot of product in here, I feel like visible progress isn't, you can't rely on it because I mean, you're working on the top here, you're working on the sides. It's just, it's a lot, and I just feel like you can't really, I don't know, base how much progress you've made based on visible progress with this, just because it can be very, oh, what's the word? Shoot, I don't know. Deceiving. Wow. Took a long time to get there, didn't it? But anyways, so there's that. Probably at the end of the year, I'm gonna roll something else in replace of this. I didn't want to use it up. I just wanted to get some use out of it. So there's that. I'm still gonna use it for another month, so there will be more progress on it. Next is my Beauty Crop Spray. This is where I was at last update. This is where I'm at now. So you know how I was like, yeah, I haven't been wearing this to work because that's not really the look I'm going for because it has that gold glitter in there. Well, I said screw it, and I used it anyways, and I used a crap ton. I will have this finished up before the end of the year. Best believe it. It is going. It will be gone. I will never see this again. I don't hate this product. In fact, I really love the sprayer. It's very similar to the MAC sprayer, you know, really nice, lovely. It's just, at first I didn't mind the gold sparkle on my face, but over time I was like, this is not it. This is not what I want. It's not a bad formula. The gold sparkle just kind of turns me off sometimes. So there's that. I used it a total of 15, 16 times. I feel like I used this about every time that I did my makeup. Maybe I forgot a couple times. Maybe I didn't I don't know. But I used quite a bit of it. So there's that. There is that. Oh, I forgot to talk about my lip liners. I mean, there's not much to say. I don't think I've sharpened the Beauty Vault one at all. So there's like no actual progress on it. But the Jeffree Star one, I did sharpen once. And now I am to the first F. There is a hair on my lip liner. Sorry. So yeah, getting there. This will be in my project pan next year for sure. It'll probably be the only, I think these are just too close to each other to have in the same project. So I think I'm only going to be focusing on this one to try and get it out. So there's that. Lastly, my Jaclyn Blue eyeliner. I used it a total of, 9 times, and maybe a couple more than that. I just sharpened it and she is fully sharpened. So I don't know if I will be able to sharpen it again this next month, just because it was able to sharpen so much. I'm at the halfway mark in the lips. I think last month I was at the edge of the lips, like just the beginning of them. So yeah, I mean, there's about, I don't know, this is how long the cap is. I feel like it won't be long before like I sharpen it and then I can't get the cap off because I've sharpened it too much. So I think this will go into 2022, but I think it will still take a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to use up eyeliners. Especially like, okay, so eyeliner pencils, I hardly get any progress out of because I'm only using it on my waterline, and sometimes the waterline up here, I never like actually line my lids or anything with it. So there's that. Yes, that was everything. I rambled a lot. It got very long-winded there, but I got this done. So yeah, I will see you guys at the end of December with the finale of this project. I think I'm ending it maybe a couple days early just because I want to get this video out before my intro, and I want to be able to get my intro in the beginning of January so that everything is timed just right. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and everyone hit that like button because it would help your girl out. All right, have a good one now. Bye-bye.